boys.
Yeah, the boys right here. Team Mustache Militia.
Mustache.
7-day Grand Slam.
Yes, sir. I mean, we hadn't been sat down a minute. Just kind of looked over and he was right there. I mean,
We're starting tomorrow, I guess, gonna be the first day. And here in Florida, gonna start with Osceola. Then we'll go back to Georgia. Brian's gonna try to get Eastern there. We'll go to Texas for the Rio. And then New Mexico, right, Pitts, for the Merriam.
yeah.
New Mexico to finish it off. 7 days. Tomorrow's day one, and they've been seeing birds here, he said, so.
I'd be strutting around, just, and, I'd walk around and just meander in front of these hay bales and strut it up for the hens, and it's a beautiful place. It's very turkey-ish. I think you're right. I think if we get right over in here, because we'll be able to see everything from this vantage point, because see, they could easily come from this field right here. They could roost back in here and pitch down here and come out.
Yeah.
So I think you're probably right. I think if you get...
It's just, if you knew how open those woods were, you'd be able to tell.
Yeah. The 2 pieces of property we got right here are about 70 acres each. We got one right here and one across the road over there. So it might be a waiting game here in Florida, just kind of sitting back and taking your time and not getting up and running around and pushing them everywhere, because if they're not vocal, you're just going to run them out. This is going to keep everybody out, I'm telling you. That right there's golden. Nobody's getting in here.
What's the thought process this morning?
Well, I'm pretty excited, but I just thought about it. I haven't filed my taxes yet. That could be a problem as this trip goes on. I think the deadline's the 17th. It's the 13th.
Tax day.
IRS.
Tax day sneaking up on you.
IRS don't care about little old me. They're after the big dogs like Pitts here.
I'm in my snack bag up here. Well, we are heading to location 1 on morning 1 of the 7-day journey. We're going to get out of the truck. We're going to have to hustle a little bit. And we're going to get across this big field and get set up in the wood line on the other side.
In 2 miles, turn right onto County Road 241.
2 miles, turn right. But we're going to get in that wood line, and these birds are supposed to pitch down across the property line and kind of meander over into this big field. So we're just going to have to scoot across this big field and get set up, put our little decoys out, and wait on the big birds to come in. See, that bird ain't too far. There's definitely multiple birds. The sun's starting to come up, and we got a bird gobbling probably a couple hundred yards from us. We can hear some hens in there within probably the same bird we saw yesterday evening, but hopefully when they hit the ground, they'll come out in this hay field, and that gobbler will strut around for his hens, and we'll get an opportunity. Making a little move on these turkeys. We heard them gobble up here around the bend, and it sounds like they're back here in this pasture. So we're gonna move around this little point and get on the other side. Sounds like they're kind of working their way back up to these fields, so. Just now got set up on this bird. He's right on the other side of this fence row. So we set up right out here in this pasture, and hopefully they drift right through here. on him. He came out right on us. I swing and miss. This is a bad feeling. Man, I'm about to puke. Seriously.
We made the right move.
We made the right move, and he came out right here at us. I mean, right on top of us.
I had literally just hit record.
That was it right there. That was it. That should be a dead bird. We should be going back to Georgia right now.
Did you get him?
No. Trust me, I wish I did. I mean, we hadn't been sat down a minute. You know, we were still kind of getting everything together and all, and just kind of looked over and he was right there. I mean, I don't see how we didn't hear him coming through right there.
Just disappointed. I want to cry.
Oh, I know, me too. Definitely wasn't the gun's fault. I can promise you. That was all me. Of course, at that yardage, it was probably about like a tennis ball going at his head at that yardage. But that second shot, you know, he was on out there about 25 when I shot the second time. He literally, I mean, he came right here. This was kind of the property we were banking on here today, and I have spoiled this fun. Letting a couple of shells rip off in this field's pushed everything out for sure, so we're gonna have to get another spot, I'm afraid. We're gonna call old Billy, get him to drop us another pin, hopefully head to another location and get another opportunity, because I just ruined this one.
All right, so this is where we're at right here, and we got a Spartan camera in this food plot, and I think what a lot of these turkeys are doing is they're going here in the evenings, but this right here is also a little food plot. There was a picture of a longbeard right here yesterday, but I think these are really, really pretty hardwoods right here in between these two food plots, so I think there's going to be some turkeys roosted right here. The last time I came out here, there was a turkey roosted here, gobbling off roost, and then there was at least two over here on this creek, so I think what we do is we go to this first food plot and just listen, and hopefully one gobbles pretty close, we can just set up. If not, we may slide down to this creek bottom right here. But this is not a huge tract of land, so we don't really have a ton of room to move around on them, so it'll be kind of a quick deal. Didn't hear anything gobble early, and so we right back here behind us. We're getting ready to set up and just listen for a while. And a turkey gobbled probably 300 yards over this way. So we've been listening for 5 or 10 minutes. He hadn't gobbled again, so might get a little bit aggressive on him right here. We don't have a ton of time to mess with him. Just kind of debating on what to do right now.
Close. Hey, I'll sit back if you wanna. You're gonna come this road bed.
I know.
You sit right there. I'll sit back. Just sit. Chuck just right off the road right there. We've been hearing them. We walked in that food plot. Kept thinking we were hearing one this way. We just struck them up. He ain't far over the hill. So Brian and Jake's about 70 yards up. And I'm gonna slip back and call so this turkey will have to come looking. We don't have some toys or anything out, so we'll have to go. Hope he come wanting to look for him.
See him? I got him now. Don't have him.
Gobbling, but I guess Brian couldn't see him. But he's still gobbling. I'll do a Jake yell. Every time I do that Jake yell, he's gobbling, so I don't know. I guess Brian couldn't see him, but I saw him clear as day. I mean, he walked in the bottom. He couldn't have been 50 yards from him, but I drew his line, didn't see nothing, and kind of eased back up the hill. We're trying to call him back down now, but you can only ask him to come down so many times.
It is day number 3, and we're back in Georgia. We're doing things kind of a little bit different today. We're going to split up. Brian's actually going to his dad's farm where they've got a bird that's been acting right. We're going to see if we can't get something going today. It's been tough hunting so far. We've been getting our booty kicked, but I have a feeling our luck's going to change today, and we're going to be in the birds, and hopefully we come out with 2 easterns. I don't know, but we're going to see. Might take them a little bit to get fired up today, so all you can do is sit here and listen, and if we don't hear anything, we're going to start running and gunning. We've been in the woods here in Georgia this morning, and it's kind of been a slow morning. We got in here, it was well after the crows started making a little racket that these birds started talking, and they've been very sporadic with their gobbles. We've heard 2 or 3 different birds this morning, so they're in the area, but they've gotten tight-lipped about the past 30 minutes, so I don't know. We're going to kind of walk around this field and see if we can glass and put eyes on anything. And if not, we're probably going to start running and gunning and see if we can't strike one. But it's a beautiful morning. I mean, everything is, you would think is perfect, but the birds just aren't talking. And that's turkey hunting for you right there. They can make you frustrated. We were just standing around the cart talking, taking us a little break, and a bird fired off right back over here in this open plantation cut. He didn't sound too far, so we hid the cart and got set up right here. We hadn't called to him or anything, he just gobbled on his own. Hopefully we can get him to come this way. We got a jake and a hen decoy out right up here. Hopefully he's alone and wants to play. Well, the bad luck streak continues. That bird we heard gobble about 2 hours ago, we had him hook, line, and sinker. He was gobbling, he was hot, he was acting a fool, and he was staying kind of in one spot, and so we gave him a silent treatment for about 20 minutes, and he came up here. We didn't know it at the time. He was behind some thick stuff, and Rigsby cut one time, and bah, you could hear his chest rattle. He was just right there. And then he comes in, he wasn't strutting or anything, and he comes into the roadway right here and looks and sees the 2 decoys sitting there and doesn't like something. I don't know what it was, but didn't like something, and kind of just turned around and walked off. And even after that was still gobbling right over here, but we couldn't see him. And I have no clue of what happened. A bird with a brain the size of a peanut has outsmarted me more times than I can count, to be honest with you. It's actually frustrating. They are the spawn of Satan. That came from Michael Pitts.
Well, day 4. Day 4 of the struggle bus. We knew that an Osceola and definitely an Eastern would be our toughest opponent. But we're not giving up. Day 4 changed up our strategy. Came to the same piece of property that we've been hunting in Georgia, but we took a little bit different route, different area. Last ditch effort. If this doesn't work this morning, we're getting on the road and hauling butt towards New Mexico. So we'll give it a few hours, see if we can't get lucky. It's gonna take some luck. We'll make it happen though.
Son of a gun. I know you probably couldn't see him, but I could. It had to be done.
Couldn't see him.
Couldn't see him at all. He's down though. God. Son of a gun, they've been whooping the freaking crap out of us. Gosh, dang it, man. Give me some. You didn't see dude, as soon as I had a chance, I had to.
I saw his head bob one time. Oh my God.
Dude, Hammer, I'm talking about laid the freaking smackdown on him. He stayed right, you see this bush right here?
Yeah.
This green bush? I knew, so there was 3 turkeys over here gobbling that were together, and I was pretty confident that it was the 3 jakes that have been hanging in this area. But I thought there was one over here that was gobbling by himself. And I was like, man, let's just set up right here and just see. And maybe if we can get this single bird, I think it's that gobbler. And so I don't know if those, I don't know, maybe they weren't jakes, but they kind of sounded like jake gobbles. But this son of a gun stopped right here. He was hung up behind this bush. Let's go get him. I saw that beard doing like this. I said, yep, he'll do. Uh-huh. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think he'll work. You know what this means, Jake? Here we come, Tejas. Or actually, we're going to New Mexico, right? Yeah, we're going to New Mexico. Time constraints. We've been put under a little slight time constraint. This son of a gun made me mad.
Good.
Y'all hear anything?
I ain't heard nothing.
Son of a gun, these turkeys just... They just have a way of making you mad.
Yeah, they got
a way of escaping danger.
Yeah.
Not today, though.
No.
Hey, man.
What's up?
Y'all hunting?
No.
What are y'all doing?
I just woke up.
You just woke up?
Yeah.
Dang, man. I was hoping y'all come out there. There's 2 or 3 gobbling all around us right now.
Yeah, your dad.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning when you said you were going to, and nobody was awake.
Are y'all just gonna go to Waffle House, or
Oh, no.
y'all got the truck packed?
I got my stuff. Oh, the big gabaloo.
What have we here?
Very nice. Was he strutting?
We are going to New Mexico.
Yes, the cartel. They call it the cartel bird.
Go wake up Pitts. Y'all pack the truck. Meet us at the gas station with some biscuits.
We are pulling into New Mexico right now for the Merriam's hunt. You can tell right now we're in the flat country, but you can see all the hills over here we're about to be in. And we're getting pretty close to the UU Bar Ranch, which is where we'll be hunting. We've been seeing antelope, we've been seeing turkeys. There's a bunch of mule deer here, bears, cougars, or mountain lions, whatever you want to call them. And it's just a target-rich environment here, but we're going to be after the Merriam's turkey.
Genuine ostrich.
We just arrived in New Mexico last night. This morning's gonna be the first morning we get to hunt. There was actually a group of birds out here last night that were gobbling. We watched them roost. Rigsby got them gobbling, so it was a pretty cool deal right here at the camp. But hopefully I can complete the slam this morning. We're gonna see. It's my personal slam. We kind of messed up a little bit on the full slam on this trip because we had to bail out of Florida without an Osceola, but just the way it goes sometimes. But stay tuned.
Oatmeal cream pie or muffin? Why not both?
Why not both of them?
when he comes in gobbling, they're gonna say, "What is that noise back there?" It's not the little Debbie, but Fieldstone will do. What about these grams? Well, it's the boys' first morning here in New Mexico. Big Pitts is up for the Merriams. Brian got an Eastern the other day. Obviously, we know Pitts missed the Osceola, but we're trying for the Eastern, or Merriams right now, and we're going to swing back through Oklahoma on the way back for the Rios. But first morning in New Mexico, and by the sound of it, we're going to be pretty close to him off the roost. He said, guy saw him go up the roost last night, and we're going to be within 100 yards of him. So it should be promising. Should hear a lot of gobbles. It's not windy at all. It's pretty clear. Can't ask for much better weather. You know, people talk about the weather. I just say it's whether you do it or you don't. You know, they said, Riggs, how you do it? I said, I just wake up one day and did it. So
It was hard, but I did it.
Yeah. No, did he? But it should be good this morning. Big Pitts is up and knock down the Merriam, hopefully, and we're gonna start heading back east after that. Maybe try some public land around. We're not sure yet if we got enough time afterwards, but maybe we can knock one down first morning and get the old proverbial ball rolling, like we're going bowling.
We got some birds right here to the right, about maybe 80 to 100 yards. There's a bunch of them roosting in a couple of big trees right over here. They're kind of limited to where they can roost here, so they all bunch up together. We got some birds that just flew down out here in front of us. Those jakes or hens. All jakes. There's a bunch of turkeys over there by that barn, way across there. I guarantee you that's where the strutters are. Well, we've been sitting in here and birds been strolling in and out. We didn't come up with any gobblers. There was a bunch of jakes in here, a bunch of hens in here, but it was like a juvenile party as far as the male turkeys go. We had them coming from this way, coming from this way. They were very active. There just wasn't no long beard in the bunch. So we're about to go on a quest for a long beard in the hill country and see if we can't put one down. But it's been a fun hunt, a lot of activity this morning. The birds here are a lot more talkative to you than, you know, back home. These hens will get to talking back and forth with you and holding the conversation. And back home, if you try to hold too long of a conversation, you'll run one off. So it's definitely neat to see the different
species and how they react. These birds down over here, you can really call to them a lot and they don't get call shy. Back home, you overcall to them and they're in DEFCON 5, 2 counties over. So it's definitely neat to learn the different species. I'm gonna let him come on in.
Oh yeah, big strutter.
Yeah. Get that hen fired up, she's talking. There's a bunch of hens. He's hot now. That's fine. Boom. Oh my gosh.
Come on, big dog.
Boy, that was an intense hunt. Oh my gosh. Whew. Man,
Merriam
I'm
Mike.
shaking. I'm shaking like a leaf on a tree.
Give me some, dude.
Oh man.
That took some time to.
That took a lot of time. I think he probably flew down this morning with those others. He just went a different direction. But man, look at all the hens still out there. The hens were literally 5 steps from the blind when they crossed, and he hung out back there with one hen and kind of got close enough that the bird was in the bubble and he came in charging.
I don't know if the camera caught it, but we were just getting ready to make a move, and then we stood up, and Rigsby just cut down hard, and the whole dang flock started coming out. There's a strutter in there.
Yep.
Well, that was sexy.
Man. Thank you so much, buddy.
Yes, sir. Good deal.
Man, I got to look at him. He definitely does not have a beard.
There. Sometimes, you know, they're like me and don't have much of a beard. That's okay.
Is that typical for a Merriam? That's pretty cool. This is my first Merriam's ever right here, and it is a beautiful, absolute, look at all the white. That is just crazy. Boy, he's pretty.
That is beautiful.
We definitely got to watch him a lot coming in.
Dude, that was...
And he finally got fired up. He really started gobbling. He wasn't gobbling kind of at the first. And
I thought he was in there.
Footage of the turkeys we killed to get
45 minutes. Well, the thing was, we kind of thought the hunt was over because everything kind of died out and stopped moving. And we were just kind of calling and, you know, goofing off, really. In fact, a couple of us had already stood up. And all of a sudden, we looked up, and they were coming in from over here to the right, way out. We watched them come in from a few hundred yards off. But we were literally about to leave. All of a sudden, a herd of turkeys comes through. He had a bunch of hens with him. I mean, a whole gaggle of them.
One of my friend's grandma was named Merriam, actually. Heck of a bingo player. Heck of a bingo player. You know beard rot's not an actual thing?
Really?
It's from lack of vitamins and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And nutrients. So their beards don't grow, and that's why they get that hue like that. Some people say I have beard rot.
He's a Jake. Sorry, no.
Moose Lodge? Go to the big.
Oh,
I got a Moose Lodge around here.
Got a moose lodge?
Moose?
Yeah, Moose Lodge. Yeah.
Get me another
I think that's the first true Merriams I've ever seen. We've killed them in Nebraska, but I don't think they're as white as that. It is our last leg of the trip, and I've been hearing it since Pitts shot the Merriam. Rudy, Rudy, join in with me, Pitts. Or not? It's cool. All right. It's not great weather, but like I said, it's not about the weather. It's whether you do it or you don't, and we're doing it. We're in Oklahoma now. I don't even know where. It's raining. It's gonna be 17-mile-an-hour wind at daylight. But we're gonna be out there with them, and that's all you can do. I got the boys with me. Thank you, man. Ryan, I know you're trying to back there. It's gonna be tough. Probably not gonna be gobbling much. But we're gonna be waiting on it.
You're gonna pull up right here. You come sitting here, just kind of sit down and see what you're hearing. They roost. There's a tree back right in here they roost in, and there's one right here to the right. They kind of work this way and come out into the field normally, but with it raining, I don't know if they're gonna do that. But I think it's probably your best bet.
Yeah, man, they're at least 300 yards.
Oh, yeah.
I got them gobbling right now. They're a decent ways away from where we thought, but it's all land we can hunt, so we can move up. It's just not knowing the terrain right here is kind of almost gotta wait until you can see well, so we're not walking through the open, busting through the woods, making a ton of noise. But yeah, they're roosted. We got permission here. There's the river that goes right through. Don't know how wide it is and if they're gonna want to fly it or not after they fly down, but just kind of gotta hope they come on our side, I reckon. See if we can hear them. See how we go from there. Yeah. We're sticking this just in case they pop it.
Sat in that little spot for a while. Nothing. Never did hear those turkeys gobble again. So we sat and gave it a little bit. Nothing. But we're going to try to make a move on them now. These turkeys were gobbling up here off roost, so we're going to slip around, trying to make something happen. The rain's coming. Eventually, it's going to hit us again, so don't know how much time we're going to have before we get hammered and get wet. But trying to notch out this last turkey of the trip. So we're staying after them. We've been running and gunning, covering a whole bunch of ground. Nothing. So we got in the truck and rode around and looked in all these big fields. It's so dang windy. We finally spotted some. This is actually, they just got permission on this piece. Used Onyx and looked up the owners. Ended up getting permission, but we're kind of low right here. These turkeys should be right up on this plateau.
grinding, still grinding. We spotted this turkey from the farmer's house up here. Went back out to the county road, made a big loop on him, got in front of him, and got in this thick stuff. Immediately struck him, and he responded 4 or 5 times, and just shut up. I know for a fact he didn't see us. He didn't get that close. Just, I don't know, maybe got with a hen. It's about 3:30 probably. Try to just ease up here to the edge of this field and see if we can get eyes on anything. This turkey is not far. He is somewhere in here. Daggum Rio. They're being frustrating. Walking kind of left.
He's behind him. You see him?
No, your head's in the way.
He's looking, don't move.
Okay, I'm not. Is he behind the 2 hens?
What do you guys say, Brian? 1 out of 10. What was today?
I give today I give it about a 2.
Fitz? 1 to 10.
I got to give it more than a 2 because we
Yeah,
heard some
yeah.
birds and chased them around.
Still
So
got one.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
What are we thinking this morning? What's the game plan?
We're going to meet out in the, not where we hunted yesterday, different place this morning. He thinks birds are at. I don't know, I'm still half asleep, waiting. Got about 20 minutes till we get there. Said if it's going to happen, it's going to happen quick. And we're eastbound after this morning. It's going to be the end of our little over a week now Grand Slam trip, but we've had a good time. But this is it. Last morning today, last chance to get a Rio, and we're going to be coming home.
Lock and load.
We slipped in pretty close to one. We're in a big, I guess you could say like a, I don't know, oak mesquite flat kind of deal. But he's probably not much more than 100 yards away, gobbling about every 15 seconds. And if it happens, it's gonna happen quick.
tell on the limb. I do think there's two though, don't you? I just think that one's not gobbling as much. You hear cutting at me? Well, with those hens coming in, we thought he was right behind them. But he swung around this woodlot in front of us, still gobbling. But I think he got with those two hens. And you really can't compete with live bait. We're kind of throwing everything we got at him. Jake yelping, cutting, he's gobbling a lot, but kind of just trying to stay on him so he won't lose interest. It's the last morning, so we're putting everything on the table, letting it hang, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's within 75 yards, you know. He's trucking it like 80 yards. Think we need to loop back around? He ain't far. Take me to the biscuits. I don't know what else you do, man.
Get back to Georgia.
Oh man, I don't know. It was good. We had birds gobbling the whole time. Just never shot one. Sometimes you're gonna have that on the big jobs. Let's go home, man. Let's go home.
Meet your horse apple.